We'd like to thank you for being here this morning. I'm Marjorie Phillips Harris. I handle the public relations for the Greater Newark Convention and Visitors Bureau. And we'd like to start by bringing up the President and CEO of the Greater Newark Convention and Visitors Bureau, Ms. Karen Aaron.
Good morning everyone. Thank you so much for coming. So as Marjorie said, my name is Karen Aaron and I am the President and CEO of the Greater Newark Convention and Visitors Bureau. And I first want to start by thanking you for coming out on this cold winter day. But this is a great time to celebrate our industry and really share with you what partnership really looks like. So to begin, I'd first like to start by recognizing some key members in the room. First, I'd like to say a special thanks to the GNCVB Board of Directors, and special thanks to my brand new board chair, Robert Weeks, who was officially signed on earlier this month. Thank you so much, guys, for your support of the CVB. In addition, I would like to thank members of the Newark City Council, including Councilwoman LaMonica McIver, for coming out today and for her continuous support of Newark in the Central Board, as well as elected officials and, as always, the GNCVB staff. So before I get started, I just have to give a special shout out to the CVB staff. These guys are the best staff ever, and they are planted in charge with just continuing to support this industry and support this organization. So everything that you see here and everything you do, that we've done, is 100% of having a dynamic staff. So if you see a staff member here, please give them a thank you and a shout out, because all of this hard work is due to them. So thank you, everyone, for your support. So, for me, I'm always so excited when I see new faces in the room, and I usually take this as an opportunity to really share with you what is the primary purpose of the CVB. You'd be surprised, a lot of people still don't understand it. So I'm just gonna keep it very short and keep it very simple. Our number one goal, our primary goal, is to promote Newark as a travel destination. And we do that through our partnerships with our airlines, with our hotels, with our attractions, with our small business that create a demand. And it creates a demand for the public to look at Newark for the first time. It creates an opportunity for people who haven't been to Newark for a long time to come and see this place from a very different perspective. And it's through these type of partnerships that will allow Newark to thrive and allow us to live, work, and play, in that space that we've been hearing about so often. So this morning, this is a fantastic day, because there's been so many naysayers that say Newark can't compete. And there's so many people that they look at, as the mayor would say, they look at Newark as a travel stop or a bus stop. But this is the opportunity to show Newark to the world, to people who have not seen or have their own perception of Newark, and they can get a chance to see it and watch it and view it for themselves. So it is my pleasure to invite up Jill Kaplan. Jill Kaplan is the president of, is Jill here? Oh, yes. Hi. My pleasure to bring up Jill Kaplan. She is the president of the New Jersey and New York region from United Airlines. I would love for her to come up and share a few words with you this morning.
Taller woman than I am. Alrighty. Thank you very much, Karen. I really appreciate it. And what an awesome crowd. How cool is this today that we are celebrating Newark, in Newark, on our Hemisphere's cover. I mean, we are so excited about this. It all happened, let's say maybe like 9 months to a year ago, where we started to have this discussion. I have been with United Airlines, formerly from the media world, and when we started to talk about it, it really, for me, ignited so many elements of what, frankly, brought me to United Airlines, and that is the magic that I feel Newark has, and being able to bring to life and to be able to share with the world, with our customers, how you can enjoy culture and art and you can eat so incredibly well. And you know, you can eat from like early in the morning all the way through the evening, and I have, and just the incredible development that is going on. And as we all, I think, rooted for Newark during the process of the Amazon HQ quest, I have said, regardless, I mean, ideally we wouldn't HQ, but to be able to put Newark on a global stage, such as we did, and such as the mayor and Alicia and the whole incredible crew did, it is a testament to the spectacular elements of what's happening here at Newark. And United Airlines could not be more proud to call Newark our home. It is the home of our hub. It is, often our executives like to say that they love all their children. I always say that's BS. They love this one child the most. And it's home to our employees, and it is home to so much of our focus on growth and development and activation and driving the economy. So on behalf of United Airlines, I want to, Karen, thank you. You have been an amazing partner with us for many, many years. Monica Slater and Ricardo Salazar, who is the marketing. Thank you very much for all your support and help. I also want to thank Ellen, who I've not had an opportunity to be able to, where's Ellen?
Just back there.
Hi, Ellen. Thank you. We haven't had a chance to meet in person. And also Richard Morgan, who is, where's Richard?
Next to her.
You guys, come on out. Where are you? Wave, let everybody see. You guys are the magic that we're celebrating today. All right. Well, thank you so much for your curiosity, your quest, and for your beautiful storytelling that enables everyone that is going to be on United Airlines flights all over the world to get us just as excited about what happens here as we are who live and breathe it every day. So thank you very, very much.
So, as Jill said, you know, this is something that we cannot do alone. And for those who work in this industry, you know that it's a very concerted effort. Tourism in Newark support over 1,000 jobs. So when you're in a restaurant and you're in a hotel, these are the people that are front line in the window to the experience, the window to the visitor and their experience when they come to Newark. We know, and I know, that over $8 million in economic impact comes from the travel and the tourism industry. This is something that the city welcomes openly. And this is why when you hear of new growth in hotels and new growth in restaurants, you can understand that there's a pulse here and there's a need here for more people to see this city for the first time. So this morning, we are partners with the New Jersey Division of Travel and Tourism. They are our anchor for the state of New Jersey to keep New Jersey on the map as a tourist destination. I'd like to invite Jeff Vassar. He is the director of the New Jersey Division of Travel and Tourism to say a few words about what this publication means to the state of New Jersey and how it changes the game for people who are looking at traveling up the East Coast and choosing Newark as a stop, as a place to come when they're coming through the area. So if you can come and share a few words with us, that would be wonderful.
Thank you, Karen, and good morning, Newark. Good morning. Thank you for setting me up with that question. It's kind of close to what I wanted to talk about. But before I do, wanted to bring greetings from our Secretary of State, Tahisha Way, who says her congratulations and unfortunately couldn't be with us this morning. And I would like to acknowledge a couple of my colleagues that are here. The person, first of all, who keeps the Department of State running, our Chief of Staff, Jason Boone, is here, representing the Secretary. And my colleague, the Director of Marketing for the Division of Travel and Tourism, Anthony Minnick, is here. So thank you for all that you do, and Karen, thank you for all that you do and your team here. The theme in our office in Travel and Tourism this year is partnerships. You know, we want to think about how can we be a better partner to our destinations throughout the state, and how can we encourage our destinations or incentivize them to be better partners with their partners and to do more with less and to do everything that they can to raise New Jersey tourism from all the state and from all of our feeder markets. So that's what we want to do, and this is a great case study in partnerships. How can we get the hotels and the airlines and the restaurants and the arts and culture facilities and the people of Newark and all of our destinations to work together, to be better partners? And I can't imagine a better way to start and be able to celebrate like we're doing today. So congratulations to Hemisphere and United Airlines and Newark, and of course, by extension, the great state of New Jersey. So thank you for what you do.
So this is going to sound a little corny, but a few weeks ago, I heard a quote, and the quote said, "Vision without a plan is hallucination." I heard that on CNN. And I'll tell you, when I think of this, I think of a key individual in my office that has always stepped up since the day he got started. So many of you know Ricardo Salazar. He is our VP of Sales and Marketing. And I'll tell you, Ricardo was laser focused on developing our partnership with United Airlines, one that was going to be sustainable and one that was going to be memorable. It was his vision and his push to start leveraging our media outlets, our publication, and all of our content to make sure that we are pushing Newark as a positive story. So if my ride or die partner, Mr. Ricardo Salazar, I'd like for him to come up and just share a few words about how we got started, and then also invite our dear and closest friend and our new sister of Newark, Ellen Carpenter, who is the editor-in-chief of Hemisphere's magazine, to come up and share with you how we got here and what's the next step.
All right. Thank you, Karen. I wasn't supposed to speak, but nice surprise. Thank you. Before I introduce Ellen and Richard, one of the things the only thing I want to say is, take a look at this room. Everybody got together to work on this great piece, but nobody knew it. Nobody knew that. Everybody, I would think, that thought that it was about themselves. They were doing a story on them. Nobody knew that this was a collective effort, and that together, the result is we have a great piece, great video that is going to be seen by over 10 million people throughout the month of March, and we look to continue this partnership with United and Hemisphere's magazine. But this is it. You know, when we work together, we come out looking good, and that's what I urge everyone that owns a business, that owns a restaurant, an attraction, that when we come to you, that know that our interest is to make Newark look good. But we want to thank you because we did come together, and the result speaks for itself. But thank you. I would like to call Ellen Carpenter, editor-in-chief of Hemisphere's magazine, and Richard Morgan, who wrote the story. As you know, it wasn't just a printed story; it's also the video. So, welcome.
So I had come to Newark, I'd say 100 times, but always to the airport. And I never got off one stop earlier until last summer when we finally decided to do this story. And wow, discovery is what drives travel journalists. We want, what's new, what's next, what's most exciting. And I know Newark isn't new, it's one of the oldest major cities in the United States, but I feel like what's happening here right now is new and it's inspiring. I mean, the creativity, the passion, the pride, combined with this rich history, this is a city in this midst of an amazing renaissance, and I'm so excited to share it with the world, which with United Airlines, you really are sharing it with the world. And when Richard first started reporting this 3 Perfect Days story, he came back with enough for 3 perfect weeks, I swear to God. And we had to whittle it down, and I just really hope that everyone's going to read this and see this video, and they're going to come and explore and see that there's so much more than what's just printed on the page and then what they're seeing on the video, and that they discover all there is to see in Newark. So, thank you.
I'm the writer, so you'll have to forgive my sort of book reporting use of an iPhone. Read what I just got cleared to read out loud a little while ago. Yeah, no, as a travel writer, you're often playing within the boundaries of other people's bucket lists, right? So you are going to Paris or Venice, not because you want to go, but because readers want to know about those places, because they've been told about those places forever. So what was so appealing about Newark was that we had the chance as creatives to add something new to those, let's call them traditional conversations. And we had the chance to be the part, play a part in the reader's sense of discovery and adventure, and in this overlooked city, which Ellen's phone got so full from the time that I was here of just me sending her things that were like, yo, this is here too, this is here too, this is here too. Like, we could use this, we could use this, we could use this. I actually, I lived here in Newark, in the Ironbound at Congress and Ferry, right next to that fire station. But the only Newark that I knew, even from that time, was just the little walk from there to the Penn Station. So I was excited myself to unlock the rest of Newark. And so the moment for me where the story really came together, was crystallized, was when I was talking with Marcus Samuelson, the chef at B&P at the renovated Haynes. So many, I've seen it only written. So anyway, the renovated building, and he said, Newark has the energy of emergence, which is the true energy of beauty. And I really love that. And to his sense of emergence, I'd add a sense of urgency. One of the reasons that bucket lists can be put off for so long is because when you go to you can wait going to the Taj Mahal or crossing the Golden Gate Bridge for 5 or 10 or 20 years because it's going to be the same in 5 or 10 or 20 years. But Newark is in this moment of really electric renaissance where it's going to also change in 5 to 10 or 20 years, but you really want to be a part of it now, and you really want to see it now. And I thought that was what I hope that we related in the story, and I'm glad that I'm so honored to be able to share that with the world.
Okay, so next up I would like to ask Councilwoman LaMonica McIver to come up and say a few words. As you heard this morning, we're booming. The buzz is out there. This is a time, as Ricardo said, for all of us to work together and really, really start to shape the way we want our city to proceed. When we have new leadership that comes into the city, when we have new partners that's coming on board, this all makes for a dynamic destination. And LaMonica, who is new to the Newark City Council, the Central Ward is her baby. This is someone who can see this group firsthand. So LaMonica, if you can give us a few words to say something on behalf of the Newark City Council and Mayor Baraka's office.
Greetings, everyone. Good morning. So first of all, let's give a big shout out and a round of applause for Karen for putting this together so hard. To the Greater Newark and all of the team, the Visitors Bureau, everyone who worked hard to pull this together, to United Airlines, to all of the partners. I didn't know I was coming to a room this morning with so many important people. Everybody important in this city is here, and I'm like, oh, this is a real party this morning at 7:30. But I just want to, on behalf of the City Council, on behalf of our amazing mayor, I just want to say thank you to everybody here. It truly is everyone in this room who is a part of the rising of Newark. I don't want to say Newark is rising. We're in the middle of a rise right now. And so we're rising each and every day. And there is so many people in this room who have been here before the rise, who are here now, and who will be here once we have risen and begin to and continue to keep rising. And so I want to thank you, because it takes a lot of hope, it takes a lot of vision, it takes a lot of faith to stay strong to that vision and really, you know, stay a part of this thing and keep working hard to do it. And so it's because of you, because of most of the institutions you run, all of the work that you do, that has us here today. And that alone deserves a round of applause for you. I just want to say thank you to you, because you make my job, my very, very, very hard job, easy with the work that you do. And so we're excited about this. We're excited about this exposure for Newark. You know, as our mayor will always say, we always see the bad things happening, but there are a lot of great things happening in the city. And we want to, anytime we get the opportunity to promote that and to show the real Newark and the great things about Newark, that's a great day for us. So I just want to say thank you. I want to shout out some of the city people who are here this morning that I see in the crowd. If I don't see you, blame it on my glasses. I see our business administrator, Eric Pennington, in the house. I see our COO, Natasha Rogers, in the house as well. And then I see the very one and only Gwen Moten in the house. But I just want to say thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be here this morning, and I'm looking forward to seeing the video. Thank you.
So you heard LaMonica just talk about trust and talk about hope. But for us, it's really important that we start to look at Newark in a different space. And I'll tell you, last year, I was, witnessing the collaboration as a lot of our major anchors got together for the HQ2 bid. And we saw that what we can do when we work together. And through that process, I had the pleasure of working with a gentleman who was looking for a location to host the first Amazon Alexa conference. And it was crazy, because I was like, maybe this is a test to see if we can host this conference while they're still looking for a location. So first time I talked to Pete Erickson, he said, Karen, he said, look, you know, we're looking at Philadelphia, we're looking at Baltimore, we're looking at possibly New York, and we're going to take a look at Newark. He didn't know anything about Newark at all. And after numerous conversations, we sent in a kick butt bid, working alongside NJIT, Newark CEDC, and the city of Newark. We said, we're going to go for it. Let's just go for it and see what happens. And I was so thrilled that this gentleman decided to, take a chance on Newark. He hosted the first ever Voice Summit Conference last year, record attendance. Pete is here today. Ironically, he is in town today, along with Whitney Jones from Amazon in the Department of Investment and Acquisition, to work on this year's conference, the 2019 conference. So I said, Pete, I said, listen, you're here. I need you to come up and talk about why you chose Newark. And it is examples like this, when we show the best side of Newark to complete strangers, this is what shapes their decision when they're looking at whether it's a conference, whether it is a corporate relocation, whether it is someone who's looking to move here. It is our responsibility to show that Newark is the best place it is. So Pete did that through trust and through relationships, and I'm just so pleased to have him in the room. So Pete wants to come up for a minute, because this is the beginning of Newark. This is what you're going to start to see over the next few years, and this is progress. And we're just so happy that he is with us in the beginning and all the way through the end.
I would not be standing here if it wasn't for Karen Aaron. And we actually started with 30 cities. We looked at 30 cities to host this conference. We put out a competitive RFP bid. We got it down to 4 cities at the final. It was New York, Philly, Newark, and LA. We had those cities give us detailed bids to host a conference that could grow to potentially 25,000 people over the next 5 years. And we were thrilled with the response we got from Newark. And I'm like a lot of folks. I came here last spring, about a year ago, for a site visit, and I was blown away. So we ended up choosing Newark, and it's the best decision we've ever made. This is our second year of hosting the conference. Last year we planned on, first year, 1,500 people, we hit 3,000. This year we're planning on 5,000, and we are on our way. Within 5 years, the Voice Summit will be a 25,000 person conference. We had people come from more than 15 countries last year. We already have confirmations from 25 countries this year. So we're really excited to be hosting this preeminent conference in this voice first era. How many people own an Amazon Alexa? Right? The time is, we are in this voice first era, and this is a very exciting conference. I have a personal just anecdote to share. I am the son of a retired United pilot, so United changed my life. And so all things coming together here, and we are thrilled to be in Newark. VoiceSummit.ai, if you want to come talk to me about the event, happy to share. And thanks again for being just such a wonderful community and a home for Voice Summit. Thank you.
Okay, so we talked about why Newark, we talked about the story a little bit, we talked a little bit about partnerships, and you know, as I just kind of close this morning, I think that if we leave here today, we have learned what the impact of positive media, authentic storylines. You know, we're writing our own story here. And reputable publications, everything that means to the traveler or the visitor's perspective of Newark. And this is just, again, just another testament that Newark can be a strong contender for events and for visitors that are traveling the East Coast. So in closing, and this was a question that I didn't get a chance to ask Ellen or Richard, was the front cover. So when I saw the magazine came, they sent us a sample, and I'm gonna tell you, I opened it and it brought me to tears. It was crazy. I just started crying because I was so proud of us. And I looked at the front cover and I had no idea what it was. I was like, where is this? I did. That's how crazy it is. When you see something, you're like, is that Tuscany? Is that Italy? Is that Naples? I couldn't figure it out at all. And then in the fine print, it said public library. I was like, oh my God, is that the public library? I was just there, right? So I wasn't supposed to share the publication. So I said to the public library, I said, you know what? You need to come and see this. Because, and just being full transparent, we were hands-on but very hands-off with the writing of this article. When Richard came in, he was like, I don't want you to tell me where to go. I don't want you to tell me what to do. I want to write this story. And you're laughing because you know it's true. Because we was like, you got to go here, you got to do this. And he was like, no, I'm going to write this story from a traveler's perspective. I don't want you to show me around. I don't want you to introduce it around. And he was very methodical about keeping us out of it because it needed to come from his vision. But what I didn't get a chance to ask him, and we asked him, who's going to be in the cover? Is it going to be a mural? Is it going to be the visitor center? Nothing. Radio silence. It was like the CIA. So, but when I saw the cover, I was like stunned. I was like, oh my God, this place is beautiful. And when I saw that it was the library, it just brought me to tears because I said, that is the side that people don't see about Newark. Unless you walk in there, you would never believe that our public library looks like that. So I'm going to invite Jeffrey Trezak to come up from the public library to give a shout out. Largely because, you know, it's different, it's unique, it's a different character of Newark, and it is everything that most people don't know. And for Richard, who kept this a secret, your decision for choosing that iconic image is going to stay with us for a long time. So, Jeffrey, congratulations. Newark is a city that has numerous architectural and things around the city, and they chose you, and they chose the library. And I just am so proud of you, and so proud of the library for maintaining its authenticity and your dignity through this, and just so happy that, you know, this is a different side of Newark, and they're showing it through you. So, Jeffrey, thank you.
Good morning. Buenos dias. Really happy to be here this morning. I'm the director of the public library, obviously, and I have the greatest job in the world. I get to walk in there. Actually, that's my office. So I recognized it immediately as soon as I saw it. I want to thank Karen and her phenomenal staff for making this happen. When I first heard about it, you know, as a library, we hope from time to time to get the littlest blurb in something about a city. And here we're featured front and center. So thank you for making that happen. And thank you as well to Hemispheres for recognizing that libraries are significant parts of a community, not just in the downtown where our main library is located, but in the branches that we serve. We're not just book repositories anymore. We're these truly exciting and vibrant spaces where really exciting things happen every day, so thank you. I have to also say that I've started receiving email messages from my colleagues who are discovering this, and there's just this little part of me that wants to say to them, whose library is on the front cover? So thank you for that. If you don't mind, I'd like to lead you all in a toast now.
Yes, please. I asked Jeffrey, I said, we have to toast this occasion. So whether you have coffee, juice, water, this is something that deserves recognition. And we hope that we will be selected again. I'm looking at Ellen and Richard, but please do, because this is for all of us. This is for everybody in this room. So please do.
All right, thank you. I should have had a mimosa with this, right?
Yes.
Great. All right. So first, I want to say to the community leaders who guide us on a daily basis, to the colleagues that we're here with today who inspire us and support us, to the staff of our great institutions who do the work every day to make Newark a really special place. To the city of Newark, we congratulate all of you and all of us.
So what next? What next is we keep going. We just keep going. Ricardo may not have mentioned to you that the GNCVB has truly been undergoing a renaissance. This is just the beginning. We have a very intentional and directed international, domestic, and marketing campaign. Things you may not realize is that we are a partner with Brand USA, and we do direct marketing and advertisement in China, in the UK, in Brazil, in Canada, and I'm missing someone else. and Germany? In Germany. So these are decisions that we make every day when we decide to say, who are we going to talk to and what are we going to tell them about the city of Newark? Domestically, working not just only with our state travel partners, but publications like AAA Magazine, which is still widely used, articles and partnerships with Comcast and media, things that's really going to start to influence the traveler's decision, and then also local marketing and campaigns. So all of this is very, very, very intentional. So that's why partnerships like this is important. And then on final note, I just think that where we can start to make Newark better, as Ricardo said, is just really, really working together. There is a legitimate buzz. I may have mentioned that occupancy in ADR is up nearly 4% over last year. People are coming, and they're looking, now they're starting to spend more money, so they're looking for a better experience. This is where we all have to come together and just kind of work with us. And also the GNCVB, as of yesterday, launched our brand new website. Woo! So if you don't, I'll tell you, that was So we just launched a brand new website that launched yesterday, so please go to newarkhappening.com. We also just printed the brand new Newark Official Visitors Guide. Guys, Newark has never had a visitor's guide. Newark has never had a visitor center. So now we have just created a destination here that no one can say that they don't know of. So when you leave, you're going to pick up a copy of that publication, because that there is going to show you all there is to see and do in Newark. And I also encourage you, stop down at the Visitor Information Center. If you are a business or a small business, if you have a service, we are happy to support you and happy to work with you. We can't be a better Newark without everybody on board. So I just want to thank everybody else for coming. If you have any questions, we can meet afterwards. But this is our time. We cannot make this up. We're here for a reason, and I'm ready to ride this, take this ride with you. So thank you everyone for your support. Thank you again for Ellen and Hemisphere, United example of, how to make Newark better. And this, again, was a great example of, what we should do and how do we, just kind of make a different experience in Newark. So on that note, again, I am so happy, I'm so proud. This is a great time. Thank you to our travel writers that was in the video, Katab and Christmas and all you guys who just kind of hung out for the day to do the video. And this is a little bit of a side note. So I know we talked a lot about the magazine, but just so you know, 3 Perfect Days is going to be airing on board for the duration of your flight. So this was very new. When Ricardo came to me, he said, Karen, they're going to do this video, and it's going to be on board. And I said, well, let's just get through the magazine. He was like, no, we got to do the video. And so United is very forward-thinking. And, they selected us. And we are just so happy to be a part of this. So if you're traveling, look for it. If you're in the airport or if you're on board, grab that magazine, keep it as a keepsake, and just, stay with us. We are just thrilled to have you as a partner. And thank you again for coming this morning.